So one of my favorite quotes from the book is when Varys says, "There's no creature on earth half as terrifying as a truly just man." Loyal and stubborn to the point of eating dogs and rats to hold Storm's End during Robert's rebellion, it's Stannis that takes the top of this list. Stannis is absolutely magnetic in how complex he is. He'll always hear the truth even if it's unpleasant, he follows the rules to the letter, and while he'll never let a crime go unpunished, he'll never let an act of service go unrewarded either. And let's not forget that he was the only king to respond to, what was it again? Oh yeah, the massive army of undead that's threatening to envelop Westeros. While his brothers Robert and Renly would bend the rules to suit their needs, Stannis has always clung to an unbreakable sense of justice. Likewise, while his brothers could charm even their worst enemies to fight by their side, Stannis' rigid personality is off-putting even to those who are supposed to be loyal to him by law. His complexity is only furthered when you take into consideration his hand Davos Seaworth and the Red Priestess Melissandre. Stannis is extremely stubborn, and his decisions aren't easily swayed, but when you take into account the yin and yang of the two people he keeps closest to him, you have to wonder how he processes it all. While his priority has always been to place law above all else, we see him taking advice from both the angel and demon figures sitting on either of his shoulders. If it wasn't for his affiliation with Melissandre, I think a lot more people would be open to the idea of Stannis. However, I'm going to instead point my finger square in the face of HBO for the majority of Stannis' unpopularity. For me, the writers of the show fell asleep at the wheel twice with Stannis' character. The first was after Renly's death in season 2. Whether he thought he had good intentions or not, Renly betrayed Stannis in the worst way by calling himself king over his older brother, and he gave Stannis no choice when he refused to bend the knee. But in the book, Stannis at least shows some goddamn pain and grief for killing his brother. I mean, he feels he made the right decision in both versions, but if you don't at least show him acting like it was a hard decision, you suck out all likability. And he ends up going from a character that even if you don't agree with, you can at least empathize with, to a tyrant that'll stop at nothing to get what he wants without even being remotely self-aware of what he's doing. The second scene is when the Night's Watch asks for help against the White Walkers from the Kings of Westeros at the end of season 3. In the book, Stannis comes to the realization that his duty to protect the realm comes before his right to sit the throne. Whereas in the HBO series, he only goes because Melissandre tells him to, making him look like a spineless puppet without an independent thought in his entire head. This undermines Stannis' big character moment entirely. This is supposed to be when the most stubborn character in the entire series actually changes his mind about something. He makes the decision to be a good king, not just a just king. And you cannot tell me that they didn't have time to fit this in. Each of these scenes only would have taken about 30 seconds of screen time tops to get across effectively. I would rather have seen this than some needless scene of Joffrey killing horrors. For something that has been just the most amazing adaptation so far, I could not have been more disappointed to watch Stannis' character get slapped across the face by the writers at the end of season 3. I know shows have to take liberties, but they changed him from the book so much that he's almost unrecognizable. Stannis is all set up to have another big character moment that we'll probably see at the end of season 4, and I'm begging you, HBO, to just spare a little bit of screen time to slow down and touch on it. But until then, it's Stannis that will sit as the king of this list. Long live the Stag on Fire, and may he reign less underrated in the future. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and let me know what kind of videos you want to see next on the channel. Because I've kind of been getting a lot of messages in my inbox, my next video is just going to be a quick Q&A, so feel free to ask me anything you want in the comments, and literally anything. And I'll see how many I can answer. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.